And hello, hello, Ed here, W4 Echo Mike Bravo. This morning I'm going to be doing an activation. I'm trying to get the light adjusted right, but I'm going to do a bit of a comparison. My previous videos that I've posted have had the Penntek TR45 light radio. Just superb piece of equipment, just awesome workmanship. The filtration of the radio, the abilities to pull the signals out of the mud. This radio just has been superb. And then lo and behold, John comes out and introduces the next model of the TR45 Lite, and we're going to show you the difference between the two here on video. Then I'll stop the video and get set up, and then I'm going to go ahead and activate today. Alright, so the TR45L with the built-in tuner and battery. Okay, we've seen that already. A lot of great videos out there on that. So the differences here, you see the size. The size is obviously the same. Right? If you want to compare the thickness, there's the thickness comparison here. Alright, here we go. And then the other two additions here is that we have the knob here on the side that I believe controls the side tone volume, and then the antenna control and the battery are over here on the side. So far that's the differences. And then of course you have the speaker in the rear, and then we have the wire bail here that will set the radio up for us to look at. I know that often when I operate the normal version, I end up taking my erasers and sticking them underneath the feet just to give me a bit of a tilt. I don't really know why, because once you get going, I'm not really looking at the radio much. I'll look at my meter, and it doesn't need to be tilted. I think it's just we're used to looking at things at a perpendicular angle. My apologies for some of the shadows here. My table's actually facing to the west. I got the sun behind me, the low sun this morning. I'm out here a little bit earlier. But anyway, let's go ahead and I'm going to stop this video, get set up in the other direction, and get to operating. Okay, well, I think we're back. Yep, there we go. Okay, we're recording. All right, we're set up. My camera tripod's a little wonky. I got a couple replies about the new position. You're on an umbrella stand, so therefore I'm not in the shade because I needed to anyway. So I think we're set up. I went ahead and recorded my my two messages, my CQ and my 72, and we're plugged in. We're operating with the Chelegans MC750 antenna, and we have our Czechoslovakian military key. I suppose I should try to get more key in the picture. Hopefully that goes all right. Oh, the tripod's real finicky. There's a really loose screw there. Need a new one. I need to get one of those Amazon kind where I can stand it up and it folds up. All right, here we go. Let's see what we got. We've been listening to this frequency for a little bit, so haven't heard anything other than a little bit of noise back in there. So I'm going to go ahead and QRL, is the frequency in use. There's a rabbit running right at my antenna. Okay, he just turned. But what made that rabbit run? That wasn't a QRL at all. And we got to turn on power up. We're not even transmitting here. Okay. Alright, getting good power out. QRL question mark, I hope. There's wide, CW wide, notch filter. Right. Everything seems to be just like the other rig. Back to narrow mode. nothing heard. So hit play and let's hit our button. Alright, there's a volume knob on the side so that I could adjust my side tone volume. Love that. Wish that my other rig had the side tone volume on the outside. I would like to know if that would be something I could get retrofitted. It's above my pay grade. It's a surface mounted pot probably. I don't know. It's stuff above me. I think I just hit the RBN. I did. Check the POTA website. POTA website's got me. So that means that the POTA website and the RBN are talking nicely. And we can probably expect the first customer soon. I've been doing fairly well early in the morning here on 40 prior to my morning net that I do. You know, getting a dozen to 15, 20 almost prior to the net, which has been pretty good. And then when I start getting some QSB on the 40, well then I'll switch over to the 20 or 17. Scribble paper. Right. Somebody said, did it did. This is. There's a T. Might be having problems. KQ4CW. Alright, gave us a 449. I was expecting a dit-dit. NM80. Ohio. There's the recording. think W9N or something. Okay. Spider. V is one of my letters, Eric, and Eric catches me off guard. K9VIC, Eric. Ditto A. That was K8ETA in Ohio. A little bit of QSB there. Florida. If I use my recording, I can drink my coffee. Boy. A little fast. That goes a little fast. Normally they slow down pretty good for you. I could tell he was attempting to slow down on his reply. Man. Okay, so he told me there's some QSB in there. I've had a table adjustment problem. I used my eraser under my table leg. Hopefully I have the camera plugged into a battery at the moment. The battery wasn't charged when I woke up this morning. So I had to bring my little external battery pack to plug that in. Haven't had a lot of commentary here. They were coming. It's 12:12 and we've got 10 contacts. Started at first one 11:59. So basically 10 contacts in 13 minutes. And not quite. I'm on one of these camping stools. Hopefully I'm not shaking the camera too much. It's on its own independent leg. So it should be all right. So, I'm using a Kurutoga pencil, K-U-R-U-T-O-G-A, Kurutoga. This little window here, every time it touches the paper, it ratchets the lead. So that way, hearing some slow scan TV signals down in there, sounds like. Don't question mark me, I question mark you. Just kidding. Just kidding. Hopefully my CQ POTA answers his question mark. I didn't mean that to come out rude, of course. Yeah, so I'm using a Kurutoga pencil. It's a 0.5 millimeter lead. Every time you touch it against the paper, it rotates the lead, so you're not constantly, rolling your pencil in your fingers to keep your lead sharp. It's really nice. Paddle here I'm using, it's from G0 POTA. It's obviously a touch paddle here. I'm not using it always to call. Trying to get my speed right on the paddle, and when I try to go slow enough for my copy speed, forgot what I was talking about before that. Probably, I think my pencil, or no, the paddle. Oh man. Okay. Alright, well, we had W7GCY jump in there. That threw me off. He calls me first. You know, of course, he says W4MB, this is W7GCY. And when I write down my own call sign, I recognize it, and I knew that was me. But anyway, Mark at W7GCY. radio today. So that is W7GCY Mark. He's here in Clarksville, the one I started talking about earlier. And Mark, W7GCY, he's going to a park today. So I told him good luck. His park opens up at 8. He's going to Port Royal Park in Adams, Tennessee. It's adjacent to Clarksville, Tennessee. You know, and that last call sign, KF9R, I heard it, but I wasn't sure if it was him or not, because W7GCY and KM6NN are guys from my morning net. So evidently they saw me on the POTA or ham alert, and so they jumped on to give me a QSO. And then we have another fella, Roger, KF9D, that's also a member of our morning net, and I thought he might have jumped on the bandwagon to give me a holler, but it was KF9R. So wasn't who I expected it to be. But KF9R, appreciate having you, and thanks for the QSO. And so yesterday I was in a Long Island CW Club Morse code kind of class, and I was telling people, you just got to get out here and do it. The FCC doesn't come around finding you if you send too many question marks. They really don't. The only way to get better is just get on the air and mess up. People are very patient. I find that the CW community is just a stand-up bunch of people. I tell you, kind, polite. It's one of my letter combos, QJ. You know, I'm originally from Ohio, so every Ohio call I get, I always wonder what part of Ohio they're from, of course. Oh, wow. KU8P. Oh, I hit record, set a play. Heard somebody tuning up, so we're about to get a call. I hear somebody very close by, and I'm on narrow. But I can just hear them. They're a bit higher pitched. So I think they're above us. WD0, I think. Sounds like WD0 something, I think. Well, it is 7:30 in the morning, and the house over there, I don't think has let their doggy out this morning, because he hasn't come running through here. I'm in an awkward spot this morning. You know, I come in here and I pull around this grass area, and I'm not always in the exact same spot when I park. So my table, I'm constantly moving it around, trying to find a level spot. This morning I thought I was in a level spot, but now my eraser is underneath my table leg. And my chair's a little bit wonky this morning, so not the most comfortable. Oh, we have a visitor. I'm going to stop this video here for a moment. Oh, I think I'm recording. The front screen's not on there. Well, it's Ed here. It is now currently 10:06 a.m. I stopped at probably, I don't know, 7:40 to talk to a lovely young lady that stopped here to ask me what I was doing. And so I described to this young lady about parks on the air and Morse code, and just had a lovely chat with her. And I even gave her the YouTube information. So, young lady, Miss Beverly, if you're watching my YouTube, it was just an absolute pleasure meeting you and talking to you. And I sure appreciate that. Anyway, so I just wanted to go ahead and shoot an outro here. Had a visit. It's now, oh, he's going to be in my video. WZ5 Mike. This is Whiskey 4 Echo Mike Bravo. Stand by, over. Let me address something. Alright there, YouTube, let me talk to this weirdo, keeps calling me. And we'll catch you next time. Thanks, and we'll get this posted as soon as we can. W4EMB.